Hi everyone, it's me here from the editing desk. I just wanted to add this little forward onto this video. This was kind of originally intended to be a two-part video series, but I decided to condense it down into one video in the end. So if the editing seems a little jankier than my typical video content, that's why. Anyway, I hope you still enjoy the video, and I think you'll see why I cut it down. This is my 1983 Honda HR 214 lawnmower. It's a great machine. However, it does have one problem. A common issue with these older Honda mowers is that when they get pretty high mileage, they have a tendency to start burning oil. And this one is no exception. When you start it up, it just absolutely smokes the neighborhood out for the first couple minutes it runs. Now, the reason this happens is probably because either the valve guides in the cylinder head or the oil control rings on the piston are worn out. And so after the engine gets nice and hot and you stop mowing, oil starts to seep past those and into the combustion chamber. And then when you go to start the machine up the next time, it has to burn all of that seeped oil out of the combustion chamber and the muffler before it runs cleanly again. Now, I could take this engine apart and replace the oil control rings on the pistons and maybe even the valve guides, but I thought it would be more interesting to give an oil additive product a shot first. Specifically, this Liqui-Moly Motor Oil Saver. This product specifically claims that it will reduce oil consumption and blue exhaust smoke by rejuvenating hardened rubber gaskets and sealing worn surfaces inside the engine. So I figured for a 40-year-old lawnmower, hey, it's probably worth a try. Now I figure to give this product the best chance of success, I'm going to drain all the oil out of the engine and I'm going to refill it with fresh, clean, new oil. Then I'll add the additive and I'll run the machine for, I don't know, a month or two and see if the oil burning problem is any better. Perfect. So I drained out all the old oil, I refilled with fresh, full synthetic 10W30, and I went for about a 1/3 motor oil saver to 2/3 oil mixture inside the crankcase. It's kind of difficult with these products where they're designed for 3 to 5 liters of oil to tone it down for a much smaller application, but we'll start with that and see what happens. Now it says the sealing first occurs within 400 to 500 miles. So I guess I got to go cut between 400 and 500 miles worth of grass, and I will report back on how it works. I'm going to be honest, I can't really tell a difference. Still pretty bad. I think it might be worse. Okay, so I've been using the Honda lawnmower for a few more weeks, and unfortunately, I just don't see any change for the better in how this machine is running in terms of the smoke. As a matter of fact, I actually think it smokes a little bit worse because the oil that was in it previously, I think, was a 15W40, and when I changed it and added the motor oil saver, I changed it with a 10W30, and so I actually think the smoke is a little bit worse than it was before. However, that's only half of what this product claims it does. It says, it rejuvenates rubber and plastic seals, and it even says right here, external leaks are minimized or even eliminated. Okay, well, let's try it out. I happen to own a leaky old German car, which likes to mark its spot wherever you park it. And I mean, this vehicle doesn't have any catastrophic oil leaks. It's just old and it kind of seeps oil out of a variety of seals. So I figure I have to change the oil in it pretty soon anyway. So when I go ahead and change the oil in a filter, I'll throw in a can of this stuff and we'll see what happens. Okay, so looking here underneath the bus, I think the primary oil leakage is from the pushrod tube seals, the inner ones, also from the valve cover gasket and the rear main seal and the oil separator plate seal.
and maybe the dipstick tube seal as well, because it's pretty oily back here by the exhaust. So basically, most of the seals in the engine.
And I can already hear people violently abusing their keyboards in the comment section and saying, why don't you just pull the engine out and reseal it? I'm going to, but I figured this would be a fun experiment because this product claims that it swells and rejuvenates old seals, and we've got several different types of seal material at play here. The pushrod tube seals, which are these green ones, are just a typical O-ring, but the valve cover gaskets are made out of cork, and the rear main seal and the front main seal and stuff like that are actual press-in circular lip seals. So we've got a bunch of different types of materials, and we'll see if this product is able to effectively restore or regenerate any of the three. Put the whole can in. And for oil, I'm going to be using this Liqui-Moly 20W50 Touring High Tech. This is exactly what I drained out, and it's a great oil. Okay, so it's been give or take about a month. I've driven the bus around quite a bit with the additive and the fresh oil change in the engine, and I went ahead and I added this drain pan, or this sheet metal pan, underneath the engine to sort of catch any drips so we could get an idea of how well the product worked. Unfortunately, I can't really see it doing anything. The bus seems like it leaks about as much as it did before I added the additive. Yeah, it just doesn't really seem like it did anything, good or bad. Okay, so to summarize my thoughts, I mean, it didn't do anything bad, right? Both of these machines are virtually unchanged. So I guess that's good. I guess it could have caused a problem. But obviously the downside of that is that it didn't do anything, at least that I can perceive. This lawnmower still smokes just as much as it did. This bus still leaks just as much as it did. Okay, so it didn't do anything. But then, why should you buy it? And I'm going to go ahead and say, I don't really think you should. I can't tell that this is virtually any different from just a sheet metal can of 10W30 motor oil. Maybe there's a situation where this product works very well, but especially after testing those Lucas additives, which just worked, and I was very surprised by that, this feels more like what I was expecting from an oil additive, in the sense that it kind of seems like snake oil. Anyway, feel free to leave me a comment down below and tell me if you've used this product. I'm really interested to hear if you have a use case where this stuff really works. And maybe I'll try some more of these products in the future. You know, people really seem to like these videos, and I'm always interested to see what kind of chemistry these companies are trying to use in order to essentially fix what are mechanical failures. You know, it's really interesting if you can pour a liquid into your engine and fix a physical problem. It seems too good to be true, but maybe I'm wrong. All right. I'll catch you later.